When I first met Janice, I thought she was the best thing that had ever happened to me. We've been together for 2.5 years, and in that time she became my rock. The person I vented to, the person I leaned on, the one constant in a life that felt like it was always shifting beneath my feet. I had just finished school when we started dating, and since then, I'd been working all sorts of jobs: bookstores, grocery stores, a library, tutoring, English. Some jobs I stayed at for months, some for only weeks. It wasn't because I couldn't get hired. In fact, I never had trouble finding a new position, but there was a pattern that followed me, a shadow I couldn't shake. People would complain about me. Sometimes customers. Sometimes former employees calling in to warn my bosses about me. Bad reviews would pop up online that sounded just enough like me to be believable. I was accused of things I couldn't disprove: using my work Wi-Fi for sketchy activity, being rude, unprofessional, lazy. It felt like a curse, and the worst part was, I had no idea why it kept happening. Every time my life got derailed, Janice was there. She'd tell me it was unfair, that I didn't deserve it, that I just had to keep going. I believed her. I needed to believe her. Then it happened again. I was working part-time at a bakery. 2.5 months in, when my manager pulled me aside about a Google review, it described an employee in such a way that I knew it was supposed to be me. It was nasty, personal, and it had the same flavor as some of the reviews I'd been targeted with before. I told my manager the truth, that I thought someone had a vendetta against me. She believed me and said she'd dismissed the comment. On my break, I checked the review myself. The username was ridiculous, fake sounding, like something a kid would make up. I'll call them Mick Myrtle. That night at home, I didn't even tell Janice about it. We'd had this conversation too many times before, and I didn't want to dump another round of someone's after me on her. But then, and this is the moment that changed everything, she left the room, her phone on the table. A notification popped up. I only caught it for a second, but it said, Mick Myrtle, manager has responded to your review. My stomach dropped. It couldn't be. It couldn't be her. She was the only person who kept me sane through all of this. And yet, it fit. The reviews, the complaints, the little things that had followed me from job to job for years. I tried to ignore it. 2 days later, I couldn't. The following Monday, I told her I needed to use her booking account to get a train ticket to see my dad. She gave me her login without hesitation. When she hopped in the shower to get ready for work, I booked my ticket. Then went digging through her emails. That's when I found it. An email she had sent to herself, containing a spreadsheet. I opened it. My hands started shaking. It was everything. Every bit of personal information about me. Phone numbers, email addresses, passwords, my work schedules, coworkers' names and contacts, even social media handles. She had accounts created in my name that she'd apparently used to do all the things I'd been accused of. Every tool she needed to systematically ruin my life. Neatly organized in one file, I sent it to myself, printed it, took screenshots, then I packed. When she left for work, I walked out and didn't look back. I called my boss, told her I needed time off, and went straight to my dad's house. I barely slept for 2 days. I cried. I panicked. I kept imagining her showing up, still somehow pulling strings to wreck whatever scraps of life I had left. My dad, my rock in that moment, called the police, a lawyer, and a therapist. I don't think I could have done any of it myself. I texted her once, telling her it was over and that she was sick. My dad handled everything else. I changed all my passwords, moved out, and started therapy. Aftermath, we didn't take her to court. I know people think that's insane given what she did, but I wasn't in any mental state to handle depositions and hearings. I was already wasting away from stress, barely eating. The thought of sitting in a courtroom with her was unbearable. Our lawyers settled it privately. I don't know what she's doing now, and I don't care. I haven't heard from her since, and I plan to keep it that way. It's been years! I keep my social media locked down. I still get anxiety at work if anything goes wrong, but I haven't had a panic attack in months. Therapy has helped. My dad saved me, and slowly, I'm starting to believe I can have a life that she doesn't control.